why don't we just jump on Twitter real quick and we'll just do it that way, blah, 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 again. So,
Mm-hmm.
but like, anyways, circles.
So what other things can streamers do to prepare for a convention? Like, how do you go about making appointments, or do you make appointments for
in advance,
games and companies?
I would say anything that you are really interested in, you need to hard knuckle pursue months in advance. As a Twitch partner, there have been several occasions where I've been like, yo, meet and greet. Yo, Twitch, meet and greet. Hello. At the very least, like I get information about what I need to do to get to that point. And the earlier you go after that information, the more likely you're going to be able to actually get what you want. When it comes to game developers and businesses like that, I think reaching out earlier than a month in advance, they might be planning for the last convention still. So a month in advance is probably like way like the earliest point you'd want to, because these people are always doing stuff, at least the peripherals and game developers that I've worked with. So a month in advance at the earliest, they might not have their appointment schedule set up yet, but at the very least, like 3 to 2 weeks before, reaching out to any businesses that you're like, okay, you're coming out with this game. I really want to play it. I know that you're going to have a booth. Can I talk to you? Can I get a demo? And then establish that relationship that you are interested and engaged with their content before it's released. That way you can respond to them at, like a few weeks, a month before game release, and is like, yo, we talked at this convention. I really, really liked playing your game. Any chances you're going to do an early release? And you can establish that relationship at a convention in person, where it's easier to establish face-to-face relationships than it is online. And that way you can be like, remember me? We had a conversation. I'm an actual person. I sold you on my business, and now I want the return from that, let's play this game. Like, let's do it. That I would say that's one of the reasons why the content creator badges and those emails are valuable, because there might be games that you don't know were coming out that you can learn about, especially indie games. In advance. And then you can book those appointments and you can go and see those booths, or at least get an idea of what you want to check out based on the people that are like engaging with you. And yeah, there's been a lot of way too many emails, but there've definitely been like 3 or 4 games where I'm just like, oh, that actually looks really cool. That looks like something I would play. So.
And keep an eye on Twitter too, like the hashtag PAX East hashtag. That was redundant.
Hashtag PAX.
So the one was the term.
How do you Twitter again?
Actually, the symbol.
Yeah, no, that makes sense if you're like reading it. Yeah, hashtag PAX East. Hashtag.
Keep an eye on that as well, because like you'll find like companies and people that are tweeting under that hashtag to book appointments and stuff, and there's definitely a lot more leeway for like getting access to an appointment versus like I think like a AAA title launch at the last minute. Like
if you use TweetDeck, I believe you can set up an independent column for specific hashtags. So if you're leading up to an event and use TweetDeck, you should just be able to open one up and have it, even if you put it all the way on the far side and it's like out of your browser, like I've got 10,000 different browser windows up at one time across like 9 million monitors. You can still always just scroll over and just update yourself on who's using the hashtag and whether or not that stuff's relevant. And it can be a lot easier to manage something like that than it can be for me, emails. I'm terrible at emails. I don't know how to do things. I don't know how to read them properly. So looking through Twitter, a timeline like that, a feed, can be a lot easier. It's a good point.
And when we're talking about that, like on the other end of things, when you're trying to connect with other content creators, knowing who's going to be at the convention, even like as a friends, like for friends, like if you notice these are the people that you follow that are tweeting about going to PAX East, and you're like, oh my God, Loco, I haven't seen Loco in like 4 months. I want to get in touch with her before she's cemented her schedule, and be like, let's have dinner. Let's make sure that we have some time where we can actually spend time together if that's something that you want to do at a convention. Because I feel like my way of doing conventions has kind of changed over the years, where when I first started going to conventions, I wanted to meet as many people as possible. And now I'm more looking forward to getting to spend time with the people that are farther away from me, that I really care about and want to be able to spend that time with, because we're in the same place for a weekend. So if you want to spend time with people, booking time with them when you know they're going ahead of time is also something you want to do earlier, because everyone's working. And to make sure that you actually commit to time together earlier is better for that as well.
Yeah, very true.